Oh yeah, Zoom connects. We're already live on the. There we go. Look at that. Right there, we are live. Even though it's redirecting to the live streaming page, but I can see myself. Bit rate's awfully weird right now, but there we
What
go.
up? Are we live? Like, are we live?
I believe so. My stuff is acting wonky, but
People in the chat,
live.
if we're live
everywhere.
please say
What's
something.
Chat? Anything? It could just be my MacBook is acting weird because it says we're online everywhere. So
Okay.
we're golden. This is Sports Talk 101 with your host Aaron and Ray. Yeah, we're live. We're good. There we go. Good Lord, we've made 18 weeks of football. Holy cow.
All I got to say is Niners. Woo!
Man, 18 weeks. That is I gotta say I enjoyed it. I always growing up, I was used to that 17 weeks of football. I always wanted football year round as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting to that point. I gotta say, this was the craziest NFL. I thought last year was crazy, but good Lord, this has got to be the craziest NFL season we've seen.
How would you like to get eliminated by the Jacksonville Jaguars? Come on, Colts. What the hell, Colts? What the hell?
But how would you like to be the Eagles, who are in the playoffs and got rid of that bum?
Hey.
Oh, that's the best part of all of that.
I mean, and then you got what is it? The coach of the Steelers fell asleep, woke up, and he's in the playoffs thanks to the Raiders.
Oh my! That was probably the best highlight. Was Tomlin falls asleep, wakes up, realizes he's in the playoffs. That was by far the best.
I know he was watching the game and he said, "Them damn Raiders." Well, that's it. Back to the drawing board. But oh my God, what? Hey, I had a heart attack, man. My damn Niners. Halftime, we were 3-17. I was like, well, there we go.
And you know the Twitter trolls were going to be out in full force with that one.
Especially Jeff. Dallas. But hey, we get to play the Dallas Cowboys.
Ooh. Yes. Well, remember Dallas, yes, I know they've looked hot. They've played subpar teams to score 50 points, but their playoff, we're looking at that's regular season. Regular season stats don't matter.
Baby. It's a clean
playoff stats. Playoff history says Dallas has only won 3 times in a decade. I mean, yes, the 49ers, I don't know the specifics on when the last time they won a playoff game, but it was probably with a quarterback that we shall not name. I don't want to get banned off the show. I don't want to get our show taken.
Jimmy did take us to a Super Bowl.
But hey,
he didn't win.
But you know what? This is a different 49ers team. And I think I don't see the Cowboys doing it. They've got issues.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say the Cowboys are a bunch of scrubs. They're a good team.
Their defense is phenomenal. You got to give that defense is ridiculous.
I agree, but guess what? You know, they got a sack monster, but guess what? We got a sack monster too. Who do they got? They got Parsons. Well, guess what? We got Bosa, and Bosa's gonna plant Dak's ass into the ground like Bobby Boucher.
I saw you tweeted that out. I about damn near spit my coffee out when I saw that because I was just like, that was about the funniest thing ever. But real quick, while we'll sidestep NFL. How about them Georgia Bulldogs?
Hey, you know what, man? Stetson Bennett, you know, kudos to the kid. He fumbled. You know, I mean, fourth quarter, they brought the heat, man. He had a free play. He threw a nice little bomb. They got a touchdown. They won, man. I mean, they beat Bama.
The defense was
yes. Well, special teams blocking the kicks. How many have been blocking kicks?
But I think the biggest story out of that entire was not the Georgia Bulldogs winning the championship for the first time in ages. It was actually we saw a quarterback that had retired and disappeared, and he finally surfaced. The Colts may be knocking on his door because they may need a new one because Carson Wentz is not the savior they thought.
Man.
Yes, folks, we're talking about Andrew Luck has resurrected from the dead. And I didn't even recognize. They showed his picture, said that's Andrew Luck. I was like, no, that ain't Andrew. No, I know Andrew Luck. I saw him when he retired. That ain't Andrew. I said, I don't know what happened, but he.
I first of all, I just, how the hell you let the Jacksonville Jaguars knock you out? Come on, man.
That was, oh man, some fantastic stuff.
But Vet was saying Georgia. I did call Bama, but and then I said, well, we did have injuries, and then Vet, he said, oh no. You don't give no excuses.
Well, and I did say that, and you weren't the only one. Victor, on third, when I got invited to hit Victor and Byron show, they were all on board. Alabama's going to win. I said, watch,
on, man.
My predictions always come true. Now, I may not get my Super Bowl prediction, but I'm hoping that one's going to come to fruition.
Who did Kirby Smart work for? Who was his boss? Saban.
So we'll. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he just didn't have the right. He didn't have the right Aflac duck there to help him out. I don't know what was going on.
Defense wins championships. The defense was on par. The special teams did good, and then they got breaks, man. A block kick, and then they turned it up. The hungrier team won, and that was the Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah,
Bulldogs. But anyway,
how about the coaching carousel? Man, that's
Judge is out. New York.
Yeah, that was the latest. The biggest thing was they brought him in and were talking with him for like 2 days and then fired him. I'm like, you already knew. I mean, he basically had to go in there and save his job, why he should stay. And obviously he couldn't even do that. But which out of all of the teams, like the one that shocked me the most was Miami. I wasn't expecting Flores to get canned.
They started 1-7, and then they came back with eight straight games.
They almost made the playoffs.
They almost made the playoffs. But you know what? Somebody they got their eye on, because when you do a fire like that, because I didn't understand that. I mean, you got Waddle and all these.
Waddle was the best thing on that team was Waddle, I think.
I mean, but you know what? Honestly, though, is Tua their quarterback though?
I've never been sold on Tua from the day he was drafted because he couldn't do anything. He was still recovering from an injury in college. I was not sold on him. And it shocked me that they took him.
I wasn't sold on him either, man. But
he's shown signs. He's shown signs of promise, but I don't know. He's a very unstable. It's like watching Cousins.
I would take Cousins over Tua though. I'd take Cousins over.
Well, yeah. Tua. I mean, Cousins didn't. He's a Cousin in Minnesota. Cousins was mediocre and occasionally good. The problem was when the Vikings signed Cousins initially, he looked like a freaking Tom Brady, but that was because of a certain head coach that's in San Francisco that cultivated that entire offensive around his abilities to make him look that good. That's the only reason that he played that well. And when Shanahan left, Cousins went to Vikings, and we see what Cousins really is.
Yeah, but I mean, because let's be honest, Cousins got David Cook, he's got Jefferson, he's got Adam Thielen. He's got
you know who he don't have no more that look like he got Kyle Rudolph, but I don't know what happened to him. I know he went to the Giants, but did he get to play at all?
He got a couple of touchdowns. Kyle
he didn't get Minnesota stats.
Nah,
he did way better in Minnesota than
hell did. Yeah, he did.
I mean, look at out of the teams that are available, I did see though that Flores already has an interview set up with the Bears. So he may actually end up getting a job pretty quickly, a turnaround. But you got Minnesota. We got what? Minnesota. The Raiders have a vacancy. Yeah. The Giants have a vacancy. Jacksonville has a vacancy in Miami. 5 or 6 teams. Which do you think is the most appealing?
I Raiders is boo boo. I wouldn't want. Sorry, Kevin. I know you're a Raider fan, but I wouldn't want the Raiders. I like Miami, man. I mean, come on, dude. Miami, hot Miami.
Dave on YouTube said Lions are better. Kurt is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
stay away from
trying to
Detroit.
think.
Get your ass fired.
I think that the Vikings have a good shot. I mean, have talent. That would to me, I think the Vikings have the most appeal talent wise because we know they have a great defense. They have obviously one of the top running backs in the league.
But he gets hurt though, man.
Yeah, that's the one part. But they don't use but you've also got Jefferson. You could get a new running back. I mean, that running backs are going to be pretty good stacked, and I don't know about free agency, but draft you could probably build around. But you definitely got a great receiver in Jefferson. I don't know if Cousins is going to stay there. Whoever takes the team may end up saying sayonara, Cousins, because I think that's where you need to look at cutting ties with.
We got the 49ers. We have a quarterback problem after the season because, we picked our guy, and, Trey Lance, but we got Jimmy. And Jimmy, dude, flip a coin. I don't know what Jimmy's good.
You know what? He could go to the Bears because he'd fit right in with the Bears with prior Bears quarterbacks.
Chicago? He's from Chicago, isn't he?
Well, I was more comparing him to Rex Grossman. You had Rex Grossman great game. You had like one good game, two good games maybe, and then he'd crap out, and you'd have crappy games.
Chicago's always been known for defense. The defense has always carried.
What about Giants? How appealing do you think the Giants head coach job is now?
They had an awesome running back, Barkley from Penn State. He is now damaged goods. He's damaged, folks. He ain't never gonna be the same. Sorry. New York, man. Nah, you're gonna get fired, dude. You're gonna get fired. Do you
think so? Based on the way the season ended with the 5 teams that are coachless, do you think let's look at like the future real quick?
Okay.
Who do you think has a better shot of getting more wins next season? Giants or the Jets?
You know what, man? Hey, let me tell you something. Jets are all new guys. They're young, mature. So, and they got they got a hell of a coach because he came from the Niners. He was defense coordinator. I think the Jets look good, man. I mean, this is young. Look, 3 years, man. I think. I mean, look at the Bills. When the Bills had Josh Allen, and look, you got to let these guys.
They did turn it around.
You got to develop.
What about? How do we think Houston's going to pan out? Because I know obviously they're not getting rid of their coach, but they got a massive issue with quarterback because they still think that they're going to be able to trade Watson for 3 first-round picks.
Oh no, that's like a hot turd. Nobody wants that in their hand, dude. That guy. I mean, you know what? He's going to no.
They still that's what I think the best part of that when I read that story is that they still think they can get 3 first-round picks for him. I'm like,
hell no.
But the dude's got legal issues that he's refusing to do anything about. He wants to take it to court. So we know Goodell's is just sitting there waiting for somebody to trade for him. No. What team is going to want the baggage? No. Then you're going to give up 3 first-round picks and then not even get your quarterback because he's going to be paying.
Let me tell you something. As a GM, if you take Deshaun on your team, you might as well pack you. You're going to get fired. That's a move that gets you fired. That gets GM.
I will say, if this was going on about, let's say 3 years ago, Washington would have gone after him.
I don't know. Cincinnati was known for getting bad boys too. Cincinnati.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Whole bunch of
but we're talking Dan Snyder didn't care. Dan Snyder cared about what your name was than you're playing your on-field performance, and that's why Dan Snyder doesn't get to do nothing no more. Oh man, it'll be interesting to see how things go because I'm just trying to see with the carousel with the quarterbacks, with the head coaching staff, I haven't really been able to pull up the news. I know we know the Bears are interviewing Brian Flores. The Broncos request that's another one.
Well, Broncos.
I forgot about the Broncos.
Got sold. Didn't they officially get sold?
I don't know if they have yet.
I think it made it official.
But Broncos request to interview the Cowboys offensive coordinator Kellen Moore and defensive coordinator Dan Quinn. I can see Dan Quinn getting a job. Because I mean, dude, you turned a mediocre, half-ass Cowboys defense into an elite team. And you know, I'm a Washington fan, but I will give credit where credit is due, and that Dallas defense is no joke. We saw that they can when they show up to play, they show up to play.
Hey, you know what? I could see them. Dallas is good. I could see him being a coach. Being a coach.
Well, I think the other one was Byron Leftwich, but I'm thinking he's got a better shot at Jacksonville because he was, you know,
he's
got the history there.
I would take a chance on Byron Leftwich. I mean, look what he did with. He's Super Bowl. Hello, Tampa Bay.
Yeah, he could potentially be getting another ring with Coach and Brady.
And somebody, I mean, good Lord, man, I felt sorry for the kid. The quarterback down there, he needs help. He needs help.
Did you see the videos that were circulating? Tom Brady yelling at Bruce Arians, "You ain't taking me off the field till Gronk gets one more catch."
Yeah.
Shit. That one catch got him $1 million.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although I got Gronk, if you ever watch the show, you need to learn how to dance, because I watched the little dance and you were trying to do.
You know what?
That was terrible.
Gronk gets the ladies, dude. You know how many ladies? You know how many ladies would love Gronk to smash his ball and between their legs, do a spike between their legs.
Oh man! So I did. Garofalo said the Giants' results in week 17 and 18 were the reason, played a major role in Judge's firing. You mean the loss to Washington?
So this is what you got to
get rid of that bum.
The New York media and New York fans are tough. Okay. And they're not gonna wait. They want something now. And damn it, on paper, you got a good team, you got a good running back, you got a good tight end, you got good, I mean, it's a pretty good decent team. But guess what? He lost how many? Did you see how many points he got? He got his ass kicked by double points. In how many games? They were last in everything, bro. Well, they were last in everything.
And Washington was 2-0 versus the Giants in a season for the first time since 2011. So thank you, Judge. Thank you for at least giving us that stat we can be proud of.
I mean, bro, when when you sit down with the owners and the general managers, they said, we're last here, we're last in here, we're last in here, we're last in here. I mean, well, I do have this right here, and that's it. There's nothing. I mean, you got to go. You got to get rid of them.
Are you concerned for Kansas City's for the Chiefs in the playoffs at all, based performance-wise?
No, man, they're gonna bring it. They're gonna bring it.
Well, considering, but if we look at the games that they've struggled in, they're not like the top. I mean, they barely won against the Broncos. Mm-hmm. Broncos aren't the best team. Right. They were 7-10. The teams that they've lost to or struggled or squeaked wins by have been losing teams.
But see,
that to me is a concern.
But the thing about it is that was the season when the playoff is on. They've been there. They've been Super Bowl champs. They've been in the playoffs. They've been close and they've won. Right. So I'm not worried about Kansas City. I think they'll be okay. They'll be all right. I think they'll be okay.
I think the best one for me was watching Aaron Rodgers sit on the sideline and watching the Lions win.
Everybody better watch out.
I get it was three. They only got 3 wins, but I'm sorry. That was priceless just to see Aaron Rodgers on the sideline. And I get it was because he didn't want, the game didn't matter. Mm-hmm. But still, you get to sit on the sideline and watch the guy that they drafted to replace you fail and fail spectacularly to the Lions. Part of it, part of him was pissed that they lost, but there had to be a part of him that was just laughing inside because to see that Love couldn't handle it against the Lions. But I think the Lions, I would say next year, watch out for the Lions. I don't see that they're going to be a 3-win team.
I mean, you think the Steelers are going to beat Kansas City and Kansas City?
Oh God, no! I think
that's
Steelers are one and done. I mean, unless by some miracle Big Ben finds the fountain of youth.
Yeah. So that's the NFC wild card is Pittsburgh versus Kansas City. I got Kansas City. God bless you, Big Ben. You had a wonderful career. You got 2 Super Bowls you play with a bunch of players.
As a kid, I'm excited for this weekend because we get games on Saturday, we get games on Sunday, and then we get games on Monday. I mean, can you just give us Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday? We don't need college. We can put college football back on Saturdays. Just give us football Monday through Friday, Sunday, every fucking day. Hell, I'll take it all.
Yeah, you're gonna get me in trouble with my wife too, man. She gonna hit me upside my head and say, "Boy, get your ass up." But
we got Saturday, and we got the Raiders at the Bengals. I want to say it's going to be good, but my money's on the Bengals winning that. The Bengals, I'd still say the Bengals are going to the Super Bowl. I still say it's going to be Bucks and Bengals. That's my pick for the Super Bowl.
Boy, what? You must be out your mind. But I will agree with you. I mean, dude, Chase, good Lord, that kid might get another 266 yards. Chase and Burrow is something special.
Yeah, you never know. I think the Bengals have a better shot at beating the Raiders than I'm trying to look at the schedule. You got the Eagles at the Bills. Remember, I think we were listening. God, where was I? Must have been listening to it. Or I read an article that they were saying the Patriots lost on purpose so they could face the Bills. That they because they have a better shot. They've already beaten the Bills in Buffalo before.
Yeah.
And Belichick did that. I mean, not that they purposely lost, but that they knew if they had to face the Bills, that it would be easier for them to win.
Dude, I
don't know.
Cold. See, you got to take in consideration. If
it was Brady in the Bucks, it would make hands down that would be a Brady win. But Mac Jones is still untested in ungodly cold.
I mean, just look at the last game they played. I saw Miami. The kid almost came back. It was.
But Mac Jones
came back. Mac Jones.
I've been a fan of Jones all. Hold on, my Amazon device apparently alerted itself because I said Mac Jones. But I've been a fan of Jones for all season. The kid I don't think he's got a shot to take the Patriots to the Super Bowl. Yes, we know we got Jeff the Troll out there in the YouTube and Twitter world that says that Roger Goodell has paid the NFL to make sure that the Patriots will face the Bucks in the Super Bowl, and we may as well just call it a game now and end the season. But he's been saying that since week 1. I don't see that Jones can take them to the Super Bowl. I think they have a chance at beating the Bills, but I don't know because the Bills, when they're hot, they can come out and they can come at you strong.
The Bills got Josh Allen's Diggs. Okay.
But the Bills, I think, have more to prove in this wild card than the Patriots do. The Patriots, we know they can get back there. They got a young quarterback that shows extreme amount of potential. The problem is the Bills have more to prove because it's put up or shut up time, I think.
Right.
The Bills, they were hyped up. Allen has been taking them. They were hyped up all season long. They were hyped up last year. They fell. They didn't make it last year. They were hyped up again this year. He needs to put up or shut up, or he's all hype.
But who's got more weapons in this game, though? See, the thing about it is that the Patriots coach, he turns a lot of guys. He also has running backs. He's got Bolden. He's got Stevenson. He's got who's the guy? He's got a receiver that nobody really know. This guy is pretty damn good.
Belichick has has a way of finding players.
Bourne is a good receiver, dude.
But that's a thing that everybody says. Well, Patriots were only good because of Tom Brady. No, the Patriots were good because one of Tom Brady, but Belichick as well. Belichick there's a reason why he's the greatest coach of all time. And no disrespect to John Madden, but Belichick is by far the greatest coach of all time.
Dude, Belichick, oh my God. Welker, Aaron Hernandez, who's and
we won't speak of that name again.
We won't talk about that. But I mean,
that's a whole nother episode.
It sure is, folks. Gronk, I mean, dude, there's guys that started out as nobodies and became somebodies, man. So
I mean, well, you look at the guys they had. That look what they did to Randy Moss, bringing him there. They resurrected his career. Yeah. They had who was the running back they had years ago that was from Cincinnati? God, I can't think of his name.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, they had him.
Come on, man. He was a good guy. I mean, he was.
Yeah. Well, and then you had defensive players. I mean, the guy Belichick was a genius, on all aspects of that. But if anybody's looking to where to watch the Raiders Bengals, it'll be NBC, Peacock, and Universal.
So I just want to get so you're going with Las Vegas or you're going with Cincinnati? Who you going with?
I'm going Cincinnati on that one. Right. That Cincinnati.
Sorry, Kevin. I love you. I know you're a Las Vegas fan, but I'm going with Cincinnati. Sorry. But the Raiders let's give it up for the Raiders.
Dude, with all the drama they had.
Lost the coach.
Bravo for getting him in hell.
I had somebody go to jail.
They had someone go to jail. They had the John Gruden era. And that collapsed. Madden, and my God, they still made it to the playoffs.
Yep. With a kick, y'all. With a kick.
Kick around the NFL.
Yeah. So, but I'm going. I love the Burrow. I love Chase. I love the running backs that they have on Cincinnati. Plus, if they don't have Chase, they still got Higgins and they got Boyd. Those are some good receivers in Cincinnati. So hey, they got a pretty good tight end.
That's so the other AFC game is 8:15.
You going with New England or Buffalo?
New England. I'm going to say New England. I'm going with Belichick, and I'm going experience over the hype.
Ooh, man. You know what? I'm going with Buffalo. Going with Buffalo, folks. Josh Allen is special. He'll run. He'll be the quarterback and the damn running back. He'll win
it. Yeah, he's a better version of Lamar Jackson. He can actually throw the ball.
Oh yeah, where's the Ravens at? Oh, they're gonna be home watching the playoffs, folks. They got injuries and COVID, man. Screwed them up.
Yeah. So, and that game will be 8:15 on CBS and Paramount Plus. Yes. Sunday,
Woo-hoo-hoo.
January 1:00. We got the number 7 seed Eagles at the number 2 seed Bucks. That's on Fox and Fox Deportes. But sorry, guys, the Eagle fans, you're gonna fly yourself right back home.
Fly.
Look, shout out to the Eagles for just even being in there, because who would at the beginning of the season, when halfway through the season at the midway point, if you had told me the Eagles would be facing the Bucks in the playoffs, I would have laughed my butt off. Hey,
Jalen is something special, folks.
Jalen, he has impressed me because I wasn't sold on him, but I damn sure wasn't sold on Carson Wentz, and we saw how that worked out. He's at home again. But no, that running game, I don't know where the hell that running game came from, but good God, it came out strong at the second half of the season.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
That could potentially be the difference maker for the Bucks. If their defense isn't healthy and they can't stop the run, the Eagles.
Sorry, man. They got hold on. They got a GOAT, the greatest of all time. And I use
Oh no. I'm not saying that the Bucks are gonna lose. We know that ain't gonna happen.
all
You
right.
got Brady and Gronk. That right there is enough said. Those two will carry the whole damn team if they have to. Gronk could end up with 30 catches and 300 yards receiving for all we know. I get they got injuries. I get the Bucks have, they got rid of the AB fiasco.
Wait a minute now. Wait a minute now. Antonio said, "Hold up. I told him my ankle was hurt. Look at my tweaks. And I've also added Brady, and I added his guy on there and this guy on there."
Except the fact that after he did all that, then he trashes Tom Brady.
Yeah,
dude, you just basically said, I don't want to play in the NFL.
He's a piece
I'm
of
going
crap.
to the
He's a piece of crap. When
guys.
somebody brings you into your home, he gets you on the team.
He did that twice. He brought him into. He's the reason he was signed by the Patriots. Brady was the reason that Brown was signed by the Patriots.
I wouldn't put Antonio Brown on my damn child's football flag team. He's such a piece of crap. He
may end up in the XFL at the rate he's going,
bro.
I don't even know if The Rock will want him in the XFL. He's a
backstab. Brady, stood. He even said, "Look, man, you know what? Mental." He didn't say never, nothing bad, man. And it's just come on.
That whole team. You watched the footage when he flipped out and just walked away. Everybody tried to get him to stay.
Well, the coach told him. He said, He said, "Coach, I got a bad ankle." Now, in his defense, if you got a bad ankle though, how were you able to do those jumping jacks as you was walking off the field? But anyway,
well, I mean, in my day when I played football, and back in high school era, and even in the 90s,
right,
our coaches were the old school. You played football. And the only time you were allowed off the field is if a bone was protruding from your skin, like John Riggins style. But I don't know. We'll enough of that. There's no question the Bucks are going to beat the Eagles on that one.
I agree. This is going to be the upset of the weekend, folks.
Ron Slesher on YouTube. R.I.P. Dallas Cowboys. I got a feeling Tampa Bay will get upset. Well, he got 1 out of 2 there. The next one, 4:30 p.m. Eastern on CBS, Paramount Plus, Nickelodeon, and Amazon Prime Video. That actually I do like that. That is so cool to see. I mean, at least the NFL getting out there and branching out. Amazon Prime Video as well. Love you, Amazon.
Yep.
Number 6 seed San Francisco 49ers, the 80s team versus the 90s team, which I also stole from Madden 22.
Dwight Clark, y'all remember Dwight Clark, the catch?
I only I've been wanting to use the 80s versus 90s since I heard I played that. That was the game I was going to stream on Madden, and they're like the 80s team versus the 90s team. So, sorry, Dallas. Dak, you're going to get to sit another one at home and watch the playoffs again and the Super Bowl again from your house. I mean, maybe not. Maybe he'll be out doing his commercials for his mattress again. I don't know. But we know.
Go ahead, bro.
I was gonna say this is Debo's time. Debo said we may not make it all the way to the Super Bowl, but we're gonna knock the Cowboys out.
I mean, and that, not taking anything from Dallas. Dallas had an awesome season, folks. Okay, they had an awesome season.
Yes, they did. Their defense has been way better. They brought back that 90s defense.
Yes.
There's a reason why I quoted them as the 90s team, because the 90s team, they had the offense, they had the passing with Aikman and some other bums on their team. They had Emmitt Smith, one of the greatest running backs of all time.
You can't forget the great Michael. I want all the cocaine. Sorry, let me stop.
They had Mr. Deion Sanders that they poached off the Niners so they could win.
Yeah.
And we know that was the only reason, because what happened.
One of my favorite commercials when Jones calls up and calling Deion Sanders. Love that commercial.
But yes, that 90s defense was lit back then in the day, and this brought back memories of that. So it was always, I hate the Cowboys with a passion, but God, it was fun watching that defense play.
Now, Jeff said he was going to get rid of his Twitter account. He was going to shut down his Twitter account.
Oh, I cannot
Dallas
wait.
loses. So Niners, please
Help us out, man.
help us out. So we don't
Look,
have.
we got 5 days left of Jeff on Twitter. Hashtag get rid of Jeff. Come on, San Francisco. Love you, Jeff. Just kidding. I hate you. Just kidding.
How about
We
the
love you.
Cowboys? Woo!
You football noob. All right. So we already know both picks going to San Francisco. What do you think score wise? I think it'd be, we'll say 27-24. Niners win it.
I'm going to say, because this is going to be a hell of a, I'm going to say 32. I think it's going to be, I think both teams are going to score over 30 points. I think it's going to be a good, it's good. I don't know. I see balls flying in the air. Whoa. Did you say that?
I think we're allowed to say that on air. It's my show.
I think Dak's gonna air it out. You're gonna see a lot of Cooper. You're gonna see a lot of the tight end Schultz.
CeeDee Lamb's gonna be doing some stuff.
They don't have Gallup because he's galloping in the home in a cast probably.
The only question mark I have for Dallas is the run game. Is what Zeke's gonna show up. The blocking Zeke or the one that can actually run the ball that's getting paid to run the ball that
he's gonna see a lot of red and gold when he's looking up on his back, and he's gonna be seeing a lot of red and gold over him. So they're gonna put them in.
I mean, the defense, Dallas's defense has got the work cut out for him. I mean, my score prediction probably on the low side. I think overall,
we got Kittles, Debo,
you got Kittles, you got Debo,
Ayuk.
And the problem with Debo is he can catch and he can run.
Yeah,
he's a dual threat player, which I think is going to be the big factor. But I also see that this could potentially come down to a kick.
But you know what also scares me though is the Coach Shanahan though, man. Please don't be conservative. Don't be conservative.
Considering Dallas has put up over 100 points in well over 100 points in the last 3 games, you can't come out into this game conservative. There's no way.
Right.
You got a Bosa in the back that's just itching to plant.
I see a lot of
quarterback.
I see a lot of throwing. I see a lot of running. They're going to keep it balanced. But I would do just a little bit more running. I do just a little bit more running, man. Debo. But we'll see.
Dak might be running. He gonna be running from somebody.
No, they got a sack. They got Parsons, man. He's a sack monster. So
yeah,
but everybody knows TJ. TJ was who was it? TJ was the sack. I think he had all the sacks from the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, TJ Watt. Well, yeah, the apple don't fall far from the tree with that family.
Exactly.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I will say though that San Francisco with Jimmy better that offensive line better protect the hell out of Jimmy because Randall Gregory will demolish his ass if he can get through. Gregory is the one that I worry about the most for Jimmy G because if he gets through, he's going to go right after him. And we've seen how Gregory has played since he came back. That guy's been on a mission to destroy. Yeah. So I think it's going to be a fun game either way.
Yeah, and like I said, I am happy for where the Niners got, so I'm not going to be upset.
They're in the playoffs.
They made a lot of out here. I listen to the sports radio out here, and they like a lot of people. Oh, Jimmy, they're not going to make it to the play. They made it to the playoffs. Did it.
I mean, I was one of them that was hating on a Jimmy G.
Yeah.
But then again, who am I to talk? I'm a Washington fan, but we're not even in the playoffs again. But at least we got a coach that didn't get canned. We also finished above 500, so I'm happy with that as well.
Just work with Heineke. Just work with him.
Yeah.
Work with him. You guys got a running back. You guys.
And then, oh my God, we have a third game on the 16th on Sunday. We got an AFC matchup.
That's right, baby.
On Peacock, NBC, and Telemundo.
Yes.
Number 7 seeds,
Telemundo.
Pittsburgh Steelers at the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm hoping to God Tomlin doesn't fall asleep in this game. But Ben, I'm sorry,
it's been
Ben.
very nice, man. But
it's been nice knowing you as a Steeler.
Happy retirement, man.
I don't know if I'd see him. I don't know. I could see him not wanting. I mean, we know he's done in Pittsburgh. It's time to move on.
Yeah.
But I could see him potentially going somewhere else.
Yeah, like broadcasting, man. He needs to go to the booth and do some news and stay his ass off a football field, man.
He might go. Hey, man. Maybe he'll go and he could be a temporary QB down in Jacksonville.
Nah, man. Just bring the hors d'oeuvres out to the Manning brothers on this show, man. Order drinks and stuff. I don't know. But
oh man,
I got Kansas City, baby. Kansas City.
Yeah, that is gonna be that's gonna be an ugly loss for the Steelers, and I think a high-scored affair win for the Chiefs.
That stadium is loud. It's going to be.
I mean, it's not Denver. It's not Denver Broncos loud, but it is loud.
Well, the thing about the Denver Broncos, you're a mile-high stadium, so you're like, man, you got to have oxygen. It's hard to breathe in them damn.
Right, but the Chief. They're in the wild card. They didn't get that bye, so they're already going to be hungry and angry anyways. Mm-hmm. So help the Steelers. You better hope you guys can resurrect the steel curtain because you're going to need some help,
folks. That will be if the Steelers beat the Chiefs. That will be an upset. Like
that will be the upset of the
Pittsburgh. Steelers ain't even supposed to be there, man. Ain't even supposed to be there.
That I would say if they were somehow able to pull off a win over the Chiefs, that constitutes the upset of the year. Mike Tomlin should be moved if they can knock out the Chiefs. Tomlin better be right at the top for talks of Coach of the Year on that one. It don't even matter if they lose, if they don't make it to the Super Bowl. Knocking out the Chiefs when you ain't even shouldn't have even been in the playoffs.
Yeah,
you automatically deserve Coach of the Year in my book.
I got you. But Andy Reid, man, he gonna big ass Andy Reid. He gonna be there with some cool plays. Yeah, Andy Reid.
We'll see. And then the final week for the weekend will be Monday Night Football on ESPN, ABC, ESPN2, ESPN Plus, and ESPN Deportes. 8:15. The Arizona Cardinals at the number 4 Los Angeles Rams. My money is on the Rams to win that one.
Cup.
Matthew Stafford and Cup are gonna. I'm sorry. What's that little guy's name again? God. Kyler Murray. There we go. Sorry, buddy. This ain't your year.
But hey, everybody's talking about Cup. But you know what? They got an awesome tight end, Higbee. Higbee is.
This is Donald's year. He gonna come out just like the commercials where he's invisible. That's what's gonna happen. He's gonna drop Kyler Murray, and the Rams coach or the Cardinals coach is gonna be like, "Who was that?" Look, I'm scared.
The Rams are pissed off with what my team did to them. They're pissed. They're hungry.
This is Stafford's. And just the fact the fact that Stafford is in the playoffs. He's never been there before.
Holy cow! You're right.
He's never been to the playoffs. Right. This is his first time ever in his career. This is his first career playoff game. And he's old. Like, he's been in the league for a long time, folks. And he has finally done it. He's reached the big time and made the playoffs. And no thanks to that bum that they traded for, that wide receiver. What's his name? Oh yeah, Odell. I mean, that free agent Odell Beckham Jr.
Did you see that nice play in the Niner game when they threw the ball? He threw the ball a little too short, and it was supposed to go to Odell. Odell was getting ready to do his one hand, and see what happened was it went into the arms of a 49er. Interception. But
maybe Odell will go back to New York. I'm sure the Giants would love to have him.
New York does not want no Odie. He too busy kicking and talking to what the hell did he do? The damn practice net. He kicked and beat up the practice gold net.
Well, at least he didn't headbutt and give himself a concussion. I know quarterbacks that have done that in the past. He's Schuler. I'm looking at you, buddy.
Yeah. I got Cardinals came out with fire in the very beginning, but Cup
they fizzled out.
Yeah, they fizzled out. And I you know what? I even see ODB getting into the mix. I could
see it. I mean, put him on the field. You know they're going to have to cover him because you can't leave him open. Even if you leave him open, you're guaranteeing that he's going to maybe catch it, or he'll just put his arm out and be like, "Oh, I missed it."
Yeah,
and then you put
the Cardinals. If you look at him, man, the Cardinals kind of blew it. They lost some matches, dude.
Well, yeah, bravo for the Cardinals being in the playoffs. I mean, I didn't expect them to be the number 5 seed. I figured they'd be higher up, but I'm excited for this one out of all of the matchups.
Really?
Because Matthew Stafford's first playoff game, he's going to be so free, and he's always calm and cool and just nothing phases him. Right. You don't see him throwing tablets and breaking Surface tablets because he's pissed off. Tom Brady, I'm looking at you for that one. You don't see him ripping his uniform off and doing jumping jacks and saying, "I quit," and things. He's played with the Lions for so long that it just tamed the beast. And I think he's gonna cut loose, and it's just gonna be we're not gonna recognize the playoff Matthew Stafford. I think that's gonna be because we're unknown. This is unknown territory for him because he's never been there. So we don't really know. We can base all of our predictions on the rest of the team. We can't base those predictions on how Stafford's gonna perform in the playoffs, because we don't know. I think that's what's gonna shock everyone is I think he's gonna come out, he's gonna be so hyped up. It's gonna be a high scoring affair. I think this is gonna be a high scoring game. You got two great teams, but I think the Rams are gonna come out on top. I could see it being a score wise, I'm gonna say 38-35. Rams win it in the fourth.
I just can't see. They already had the 49ers come down and won on their home turf. I can't see the Cardinals coming down there and doing it and beating them on their home turf. So SoCal Stadium is going to be lit.
Oh my God, that's going to be crazy.
And then another thing, dude, there was half the people there at SoCal were Niner fans. It's only a 6-hour drive, man, and we just all, drove down there to the stadium. I don't see Arizona.
I could see the stadium being packed with Rams fans. I could see the stadium being packed with Lions fans because fans of Matthew Stafford. I could see them flying out to go to that game.
Because be pissed off. I wouldn't want to see
it. But there are fans that support Stafford. I mean, I've always been a fan of his. I mean, get the man. I mean, he has worked. He's earned it to be where he's at.
You know what? He got my respect when he had, I think it was an arm it was dislocated and somebody popped it back in so he could make a pass. Okay. Pop it back in. Just pop it back in. And he
pulled what was that? Mel Gibson move from the
yes.
Danny Glover, pop that thing back in place.
That's a football player, folks. And they won. They won the game. Won the game. So
let me see if I can't go any. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Playoffs. We got the Titans sitting at home because they got the bye week.
Yes.
And then NFC we got
Packers.
The Packers. Who do you think will face the Packers? Because I know it's going to be the highest remaining seed, and the same in the AFC, but obviously, my NFL app has not updated because it's saying if the season ended today in week 18, dude, it already ended, you idiots. A little late for that there, people.
Oh, my God.
Who do you think is going to make it to the Super Bowl for your pick? Well, let's do it this way first. We'll start NFC Championship and then Super Bowl pick.
Ooh.
Well, NFC, AFC championship, and then
NFC is okay.
I think that'll be the good way to finish the show.
I see the Packers are going all the way because the Super Bowl goes through Green Bay.
Interesting.
Aaron Rodgers is on. Bro, do you see who he has?
Yeah. Well, I hate Rodgers. I hate the Packers. And I loved Brett Favre, but I hate Aaron Rodgers because I just cannot stand his whininess and his little, like, everything has to revolve around me attitude. Like half the NFL players are like, but he's just the worst of them all with it. It's going to be tough. I think I do see them going to the championship. And that makes it 10 times harder.
Who the hell wants to play in Green Bay right now?
No one. No one.
And that's and he's on fire, dude. He's got the swag.
Well, remember, he plays with a chip on his shoulder, and he's done that his entire career because one, he had to sit behind Brett Favre, the greatest, and even after he won Super Bowls, he still is in Brett Favre's shadow. There was nothing that man will ever do that unless he won like maybe 2 or 3 more in Green Bay to get him out. He's always going to be in Favre's shadow, but he's always had that chip on his shoulder because he never got to play for the team he wanted to, and that was San Francisco.
Well, he did win he won a championship. Got to give him that. He did win a championship.
Yeah, he did. I mean,
he
not as cool as Brett Favre winning.
He had a whole bunch of receivers, man. Donald Driver. Oh my God, there's like so many receivers. This guy's has so many weapons.
So Green Bay, it's going to be on the I'm assuming they'll play on the 23rd. It doesn't really matter if they play the 22nd Saturday, the 22nd, or Sunday the 23rd. 16 for the high on Saturday, 10 for the high on Sunday, -2 for the low, and -5 for the low on Sunday.
Right.
It's going to be single digits, but the wind chill will probably keep it below 0. It's going to be damn cold. So no matter what team faces them, Green Bay's got the advantage.
And that's home. That's why you play to win these games. That's why you play to get that number 1 seed, to get that bye, and you rest. Now, don't think about this, my man. They're resting too, So,
Rodgers, I saw him on a game show, but that might have been for State Farm. That might have been for the Rodgers rate.
And then as far as the Titans, man, I don't see them going. I don't know. I don't see the Titans doing too much.
Yeah,
but if they get Henry though, Derrick Henry, holy cow!
Yeah, that's a difference maker, I think. I would say my pick AFC, NFC. I think NFC Championship. It's going to come down to the Packers. I'm going to say Rams and the Packers in the championship. Actually, I don't know. I still think the Bucks have a shot. God damn. I think it's going to be the Packers and the Bucks. I want to say I would love to see the Rams make it, but I don't see it. This is their year. I think the fact that they're in there. The problem with the Rams, like I said, is it's the Matthew Stafford because we just don't know. So. They could make it all the way. We don't know how he's going to perform in the playoffs, but I think it's going to come down to the championship. NFC Championship is going to be the Packers and the Bucks. My money's on Brady and the Bucks winning it. Brady it's not going to phase him with the cold. It ain't going to phase Gronk. It may phase the rest of the entire Bucks team, but I guess then Gronk and Brady will be the only two playing. I say the Bucks go on. AFC Championship. I think it's going to be the Chiefs and the Bengals going to ride high and finish it off and take that loss in the Super Bowl to Brady and the Bucks.
see, man, you got too many scenarios going, man. The Bengals have the it factor right now. They have the momentum in their favor. I think they're going to finish. They're going to keep going strong. And that's still my pick. I mean, it may not be that way. We may end up seeing a
a repeat Brady and Mahomes round two in the Super Bowl for all we know. But I still think it's going to be. I want to see. I'm still calling Bengals and the Chiefs in the AFC Championship. Bengals win it and then face the Bucks in the Super Bowl. I think the Bucks are still going to win the Super Bowl. And then Brady will just come back next season and try to do it all over again.
I've been watching Aaron Rodgers, man, and the guy's playing lights out. So Devontae Adams, the running game. And then, like I said, the weather changes. When you look on paper and you see all the players and all the stats, I mean, you got to take the cold weather.
Negative. We're not talking like 5, 10, 20 degree weather. We're talking -0, below zero.
Exactly.
Once that drops below zero, that's that cold you feel inside your bones, not just on the outside. You feel that inside your bones. I know how that feels.
So,
and it is not nice.
There ain't guys jumping up with no one hand trying to catch no balls in damn frozen tundra.
Ooh, Ron poses a one here for you. 49ers versus the Raiders in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's a dream. I mean, I'm a 49er fan, but that ain't gonna happen, bro. That ain't gonna. And if it did, oh my god, my god,
that would be.
Yeah. I can't.
How far do you think the Cardinals are going to make it? You think they're one and done, or do you think they might make it further?
Cup is going to shut them up.
I can see that too. Yeah, it's. I mean, it definitely.
If they had DeAndre Hopkins, was 100%, and he was playing in the game,
maybe. But I don't even know if a healthy DeAndre Hopkins, a healthy and younger Larry Fitzgerald, and a good running back. Maybe if they had a halfway past his prime Emmitt Smith or Edgerrin James at running back, they might be able to do something. But
his dreads are falling out of his head and falling out of his helmet, landing on the ground, folks. That's how old Gerald is, but he's a hell of a player, and I got a lot of respect for Larry Fitzgerald.
I'm sorry,
but dude, I mean, Cup, man. I mean, bro, the routes this guy, like how he just runs these routes and gets open. He's a security blanket. He's good. He's good. And then this is Odell. Look, Odell Beckham is looking to get paid too. So he's going to turn it up a notch because he wants to get teams to notice him. He wants to get paid. I think he's going to play. He could, like, I got the Rams. Nice. But I honestly, Aaron Rodgers is just, he's got this smile and crazy look in it when he's doing interviews, and his shaggy beard and everything.
That's because the man has lost his marbles a long time ago.
And people, it goes to Green Bay, folks.
That's the biggest. That's the biggest factor. I think that is going to be I should say that's the biggest difference maker in the entire playoffs this year is the fact that Green Bay gets to sit at home. This isn't like years ago when the Giants won their Super Bowl, their 2 Super Bowls on the road.
Right.
This is a different Green Bay.
Right.
And a very pissed off Rodgers that says is giving the middle finger to the NFL and saying, "Look what I'm going to do."
Telling you, man, he was pissed.
When a pissed off Rodgers is a dangerous player to be going up against.
And he's pissed off with some of the people in Green Bay. So you're right. He's got a chip on his shoulder.
He's playing so he can get signed by the Vikings.
Dude, that one game, everybody was talking smack, and he said, calm down. And they've been kicking butt. So
Well, we will definitely have a lot to talk about next week after
Sure will.
Wild
Get your
Card Weekend.
popcorn. Order your pizza, y'all.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It is gonna be fun. All right, guys. Well, this has been a great episode of the Sports Talk 101. I am your host, Aaron. My co-host Ray. You guys, you can follow us on Twitter at Sportscast1. Visit us on our website, sportscast.net. Make sure to check out our show schedule throughout the week. Follow us on all of our social media: YouTube, Twitter, Twitch TV, Apple Podcasts. Make sure if you're on Apple Podcasts, leave a rating, help and a review. It helps us out tremendously. Download the app if you have iOS. We're also going to be on Spotify. Actually, I think we already are on Spotify. So you can listen to us on Spotify as well. I mean, we're basically everywhere. So guys, we will see you next Tuesday night after what will sure to be a wild weekend of NFL wild card action.
Sportscast.
All right, guys. See you. Stop recording. Ooh, I figured it out. Took me forever. I always hit end, and that just shuts everything down.
You gotta be careful to make sure you are not live and talking.
Yeah, I've already done that before.
All right, yeah, because we'll be like, man, fuck that motherfucker, man, fuck that motherfucker, that bitch ass, punk ass motherfucker.
Let's tell them what we really think about that guy. Oh, and Raider guy just showed up over on YouTube right at the last minute.
Yeah, whatever. He
All right, I'm gonna end it so we can get out of here.
Yep.
That way you don't get killed by anybody. I'll see you.
See ya.
See ya.